It's New Year's, guys. People are making moves. Lots of loan officers are. Listen, if you want to have a conversation with our team who does not have a dog in the fight, reach out to us. All you have to do is click this banner right over there. On with the show. Now, tell me what you think, because I think that we need to temper our New Year's resolutions this year, considering our less than stable disposition. How about this? Number 1, stay gainfully employed. Number 2, make your house payment. And number 3, if at all possible, save some money. I mean, like anything. That means changing your spending habits. Saving money during record inflation is kind of a big deal. All the while, the only ones who actually saw wages increase from 2020 to 2021 was the top 1%. Yeah, and for the rest of us, no soup for you.
No soup for you.
Inequality in the U.S. deepened in 2021, with the country's top 0.1% experiencing an 18.5% jump in earnings from the previous year, according to a new report from the left-leaning Economic Policy Institute. The bottom 90% of earners, meanwhile, swallowed an overall loss of 0.2% in inflation-adjusted earnings in the same period.
That's right, the bottom 90% went backwards. Wow, that's probably the reason that FHA borrowers, the lower income homeowners, are seeing an uptick in late payments and, well, then foreclosures.
According to the 2021 HMDA, or Home Mortgage Disclosure Act data, the median income of FHA borrowers is $65,000 a year, compared to $85,000 for VA and $105,000 for conventional borrowers. So it stands to reason that the less you make, the more inflation hurts you.
Over the past 8 months, the FHA's 30-day delinquency rate has been creeping upwards, going from 2.72% as of April 1st to 4.35% as of December 1st, and this is according to Recursion's data. In addition, FHA's early payment defaults, also known as EPD, that rate, a measure of loans that became seriously delinquent within the first 6 months of the mortgage, also had been rising this year and is at its highest level since 2009, and this is according to the most recent Black Knight Mortgage Monitor data.
And overall, foreclosure starts are up 19%. The national delinquency rate rose 3.5% from October 2022 to a rate of 3.01%, mainly driven by a 31,000 file increase, or 3.9%, in 30-day delinquencies and a 25,000 file rise in 60-day delinquencies.
And foreclosure proceedings were started on 4.3% of serious delinquencies, up from October, but 44% less than the rate seen in the year leading up to the COVID-19 pandemic. Active foreclosure inventory rose 5.3% through 2022. Volume remains subdued after the record lows of 2021 due to widespread moratoriums and forbearance protection. You can see why I'm saying let's keep our resolutions in check this year, because 2023 is going to be the hardest of the past few years, but chances are at some point this year, things are going to start to actually turn around. So just hang in there, guys.
Realtors, hit up your FHA borrowers. Where there's distress, there are listing opportunities.
Hey, would it surprise you to hear that big banks made north of $1 trillion over the past decade?
Estimates show that America's 6 biggest banks are set to break $1 trillion in profits for the past decade. That's the first time it's ever been done. These eye-watering profits come despite recent economic woes and the setback of the pandemic.
You know, frankly, I thought it would have been more than $1 trillion. Whatever. Oh, hey, I got a federal New Year's resolution. Let's get some of that $100 billion back from the Ukraine and use it to build affordable housing in our country. And let's prioritize vets and first responders. I think that would be a good start to the new year. What do you guys think? See you tomorrow.
And spoiler alert, Congress awarded him another $1.8 billion of funding money. That brings the Ukraine aid total up to an even $100 billion. That happens to be enough for every congressman to bring $200 million back to their district to do good for the people that they represent. But luckily, that's not what's happening here.